Old Mrs. Wilson shook her head. In this situation, she really couldn't think of a good way. Wendy said, "Grandma, or let's use the Wilson group to suppress Claire's studio." "It doesn't make sense." The old Mrs. Wilson said solemnly. "All the orders Claire got were from the Emgrand group, the White family, and the Chin family. How can you suppress her?" "This is also." Wendy was very annoyed. She has been compared by Claire in various ways all the time. This made her feel full of hatred towards Claire in her heart. Unexpectedly, the days of Claire and Charlie, not only were there no thunderstorms, but they went over and over, which made her feel very uncomfortable. When she thought that Charlie's house had 2 top luxury cars that even Gerald could only hope for, she hated Claire. Why can she live such a good life? And she is now a junior in Orus Hill's famous street? At first, she was forced to follow Fredman, and later she was thrown to Barena by Fredman. It was nothing more than with Barena, but when following Barena, instead of getting any benefit from him, she licked a whole row of urinals in the brilliant club with him. That incident completely discredited her in Orus Hill. The current self is a laughingstock in Orus Hill, and don't know how many people have been poked on the backbone. Wendy felt that all of this was given by her cousin Claire. Therefore, she hoped to see Claire defeated more than anyone else. So she suddenly had a vicious strategy in her heart, and she said, "Grandma, I have a good idea. If we can do it, Mr. Wu will be very pleased and may even give us a big reward." "Oh?" Mrs. Wilson hurriedly asked, "What is the strategy? Hurry up and tell me." Wendy coldly said, "Isn't Charlie the one who loves Claire the most? It seems that he and Claire have never been married. In other words, Claire should still be for this reason. If we set up a bureau to find someone to put Claire to sleep, and then make a video and upload it to the internet, wouldn't Charlie collapse? By then, Mr. Wu will definitely be very happy." Old Mrs. Wilson frowned and said, "The idea is a good one, but you have to think clearly that Charlie is still very well connected in Orus Hill. If we really do such a thing, he will definitely fight with us. Yes, he has a very good relationship with the Mr. Orville on the road. In case of a murder order against our family, what life do we have to find anywhere?" Noah also said with a look of horror, "This thing is absolutely impossible to do. Ragnar must also know that Claire is Charlie's fate. Why didn't he start with Claire? It must be because he is afraid that Charlie is crazy. Find him in revenge." "You forgot, just because his brother-in-law abducted and sold children, Charlie took his brother-in-law a dozen or so people to River. If someone provokes Claire, wouldn't it be copied by him?" "Yeah." Harold also panicked, and blurted out, "Wendy, your brain is pretty funny? If we really do this kind of thing, then we must be caught by River too." When Wendy heard this from her family, she was also full of fear. She hated Claire too much just now, so she wanted to ruin her. Just thinking of Charlie's ferocious means made her back cold. At this time, Noah suddenly said excitedly, "By the way, although we can't do anything to Claire, we can start with Elaine." What Noah hates most is not Horia who cuckolded him, but Elaine who insulted and hated him over and over again. Thinking of the more than 20 green hats fluttering in the wind on Elaine's balcony, Noah wanted to smash her body into pieces. Those 20 green hats, every time they float in the wind, they are merciless lashes to him. So he felt that if he wanted revenge, he would naturally start from Elaine, which couldn't be more appropriate. And most importantly, revenge on Elaine will not arouse Charlie's hatred. Otherwise, if everyone started to attack Claire, it would be tantamount to touching Charlie's inverse scales, and it would very likely cause a murderous disaster. Even Ragnar didn't dare to attack Claire, so naturally his family couldn't cause that trouble. Noah's proposal was immediately approved by the whole family. During this period of time, Elaine has always spared no effort to mock their family, and has deeply angered everyone. She finds a breakthrough from her, finds a way to fix her, and can also relieve the whole family. Therefore, Harold hurriedly asked, "Dad, what is a good way? Tell us quickly." Noah gritted his teeth and said, "Find an opportunity to ruin her, make her the laughingstock of the people of the whole country, and let her feel the feeling of being pierced by countless people." Speaking of this, Noah said again, "Also, It's better to get her a STD too. Harold said in surprise, Dad, are you going to do it yourself? When Noah heard this, he was furious and slapped him in the face. He cursed, "You FCK me. The dog can't spit out ivory. Give me my hand? Just Elaine? She deserves it too." In fact, both Elaine and Horia are mature women with lingering charm. However, these two charming women are in a bit miserable situation. Needless to say, Horia had just miscarried and had a venereal disease that had not yet been cured. Now she was beaten by her husband and was lying in the hospital with her injuries and treated with venereal diseases. Elaine is also miserable now, with her broken leg still in plaster, and her 2 front teeth were broken again. How can she still have the original charm? No man was interested in it. Harold slapped him, and said aggrievedly, "Dad, you said you wanted her to contract a venereal disease, and I thought you were going to do it yourself.